students, let's begin new chapter, that is chapter 5, organizing, of your business study book class 12. In previous chapter we have studied planning. So planning as a primary function of management, it is the function where we set objectives to be achieved by any organization. But planning is only successful when organizing function is performed efficiently by management. So organizing as a function of management is responsible for successful implementation of plans. Without organizing, it's not possible to implement the plans to accomplish business objectives. So organization is derived from the word organism, which means structure of interrelated and interdependent parts. The parts of organization, now here we are talking about organization management function, that is organizing. So organization consists of man, machine, materials, methods, money, authority and responsibility. So organizing is a function which ensures that all the physical and human resources required to achieve objectives are available. It is the function in which all resources like physical and human resources are assembled, acquired and utilized in order to get maximum outputs. Now let's understand the concept of organizing in a very simple way. Suppose you have objective to achieve more than 90% marks in your board exam this year, and you want admission in very reputed college or university. So what you will do to achieve your objectives? Exactly, first you prepare a plan for it. Plan like to devote at least maximum 5 hours in a week to self-study to each subject. But to achieve this objective, you need to organize all resources. You require some resources to achieve your goal, like physical resources, relevant books, a place where you can study with concentration, and human resources like a teacher, mentor, guide who will guide you to make short-term goals, helps you to prepare notes, helps you to understand the concept and question answers, manage time, etc., who assess and evaluate your study and your knowledge. So do you realize what are you doing? Nothing, but you just organize resources to achieve your objectives. So all this, this is called organizing, that you are doing organizing function. Organizing plays a central role in the management process. So the meaning of organizing? Organizing translates plans into action by deciding who will perform a particular task, how and where it will be performed. Organizing is the process of defining and grouping the activities of the enterprise and establishing authority and relationship among them. It's the definition given by Theo Hyman. Now, what does Henry Fayol says about organizing? To organize a business is to provide it with everything useful to its functioning: raw materials, machines and tools, capital and personnel. Personnel means human resource, employees who work to perform desired activities to achieve organizational goal. Now let's see organizing process. Now see the chart on your screen that consists of organizing process, various steps. Number 1, identification and division of work. 2, departmentalization. 3rd, assignment of duties. 4th, establishing reporting relationship. Now let's see one by one these steps. Number one, identification and division of work. The first step in the process of organizing is to identify all the tasks, activity that are necessary to be undertaken for the attainment of the enterprise objectives. The total work to be done should be divided into specific jobs as according to predetermined plans. Job. What is job? So, job is a set of related tasks that can be performed by an individual on the basis of his qualities, capabilities, experience, and knowledge. It should have specific and definite tasks to be performed. As far as possible, it should define expected results along with the job. And division of work is very helpful to attain a specialization of efforts and skills. It also avoid duplication of work. Management must ensure that all the activities required to achieve organizational objectives are identified. Now see this picture which depicts the task of every individual, that each worker should have specific task as per his knowledge, skills and abilities. This is called division of work. Now next step is departmentalization. So what is departmentalization? To form departments on the basis of similar type of activities or task. As we know, in organization lots of activities are to be performed to accomplish objectives. So similar type of activities are grouped into larger units called departments, divisions or sections, and placing them under a department head which is responsible for the goal of particular department and activities. It facilitates specialization. The departments are linked together and are independent. That means these departments are interlinked. These departmentalization aims at achieving coordination and facilitate unity of action. Departmentation can be done on the basis of functional department and divisional departmentalization. So on the basis of functions, marketing, personnel, finance, production and sales departments can be created. On the basis of divisional departmentalization, products wise departments are formed like textile, chemical, power division, etc. Now territory wise departmentalization can also be established like Western Department, Northern Region Department, Central Region, Eastern Region, etc. Now see the picture on your screen. This depicts functional departmentalization, when departments are created on the basis of functions performed in the organization. Next one is assignment of duties. After grouping activities into departments, each department is assigned to particular person. Experts in that fields are appointed as head of their departments, and for lower positions, the individuals who are best suited to perform activities are appointed. While assigning duties, qualification, experience, ability, aptitude and skills of people should be duly considered. So it defines the work of different job position and allocate work accordingly. Once departments are formed, the department is placed under the charge of an individual. Jobs are assigned to an individual best suited to perform it. Qualifications, experience, ability, aptitude of people should be matched with duties. For an example, activities of finance should be assigned to a person having qualification and experience in finance, like CAs, chartered accountants. Now see next step, establishing reporting relationship. After grouping the activities into different departments, every employee has to perform the job which needs some authority. So it is about granting requisite authority to enable employees to perform the job satisfactorily. Superior subordinate relationships are established in this step. People and job positions are created so that everybody knows from whom he is to take orders and to whom he can issue orders. Create management hierarchy, that is a chain of command from the top manager to the individual at the lowest level. That is creation of scalar chain. This helps in coordination between all departments. In this way, a hierarchy is formed in authority and responsibility relationships. On top level, boss is there, under boss two subordinates are working, and under each superior two subordinates are working. Okay.